In this video, I will be running all 15 challenge tiers on the same expedition to calculate how much damage you need to deal to clear all 15 challenge tiers. A couple of things before we jump into this. Not only am I running this solo, I will be doing this run all 15 challenge tiers consecutively, and I will be running it on the same expedition, which is going to be Boomtown, because each one has different damage values. So that means I could spend a little while getting the expedition table to actually pop up with Boomtown. So let's begin with challenge tier number 1. We have our very first run, tier 1, but let's begin. Okay, so that's the boss wiped on tier 1. Okay, so tier 1, Boomtown, damage dealt 814,454. Now we move on to tier 2. We managed to get ourselves tier 2. I only had to reset the table 4 times. So let's jump into it, and don't forget, stick around to the end of the video to find out exactly how much damage we've dealt. Also, if you enjoy this sort of content, sub to the channel, turn notifications on, as I will be doing lots more videos with crazy things like this across any sort of game. So if you have a suggestion, let me know in the comments, and I will come up with some interesting things to do. And that is the tier 2 boss down. Okay, so running tier 2, our total damage dealt was 1,520,588. So it was almost double the damage dealt from tier 1 to tier 2. So let's jump into tier 3. We managed to get Boomtown again, so here is tier number 3. And that's the tier 3 boss down. So from tier 1 being 814,000, tier 2 being 1.5 million, we've gone to tier 3 being 2.46 million. The 2466453, and we move on to tier 4. Okay, here we go with tier 4. And that's Dr. Detonator down for tier 4. So tier 3 to tier 4 is an incredibly minuscule increase, from 2.46 up to 3.14 million. So 3144632. Now on to tier 5. And here we go with tier number 5. That's tier 5 cleared. No way. I got a legendary on tier 5. What did I get? Statue's hands. So again, not a huge increase, from 3.144 to 4.11. So 4110194. And now we move on to tier 6. So here we go. This is where the chance actually kicks in, because you'll see epic 45, rare 54.9. And then you'll see there's a 0.35% chance of legendaries on tier 6. Okay, Dr. Detonator, let's play. Well, you didn't do much playing, did you? Tier 6 dock down. So, tier 6, again, not a big increase. From 4.1 up to 5.2, so 209,344. And we move on to tier 7. Okay, that's an example of something I don't want happening again. I've just had to reset the table 7 times to find Boomtown. But this is going to be tier 7. We're up to a 0.75% chance of legendary drops now from the first 2 drops out of the drop pod. Drop, drop, drop. Let's jump into it. And the dock is out on tier 7. It's probably going to start taking a little while longer to actually down him now. Okay, I lied. So that's pretty much tier 7 done. Okay, so again, not a very big increase, from 5.2 up to 6.8 million. So 6, 8, 10, 105. And we move on to tier 8. So here we go, this is tier 8. We still have 2 drops, but this time we have a 1.25% chance of getting a legendary out of those 2 drops. And there we go, that's tier 8 complete. And this one seems to be a much bigger increase, from 6.8 up to 10.1. So 10,184,534. So on to tier 9 we go. So our chance of a legendary has doubled from 1.25 up to 2.5%. And this is tier 9. And that is Dr. Detonator down for tier 9. Okay, now the increase is starting to get bigger. We've gone from 10.1 to 15,815,060. And we move on to tier 10. So, on tier 10 now, we still have 2 drops, but they now have a 5% chance of being legendary. So let's jump into tier 10. Okay, Dr. Detonator is starting to take a lot more. He's still not really much of a challenge. Well, that's a much bigger increase from 15.8 up to 23.1 to 23,126,509. Now we're on to tier 11. Now we've got a 7.5% legendary chance. And there's tier 11, Dr. Detonator down. Oh, okay, we got 2 legendaries. And those legendaries, Voodoo Matchmaker and Vesta the Cannonball. So, our damage number went from 23,126 up to 39,996. So 39,996,306. And then we move on to tier 12. This one and 3 more to go. So now it's time for tier 12. And the legendary chance is 17%. On a 7.5% we got 2. However, it's obviously RNG, so no idea what we're going to get. But let's jump into tier 12. And this is where it starts taking a very long time, but the dock is down on tier 12. So, tier 12, no legendaries, and we've gone from, we'll round it up, say 40 million, up to 49,661,629. So, let's move on to tier 13. And the tier 13 goes from a 17% chance up to a 35% for legendary. And the tier 13, Dr. Detonator is down. So that's our biggest jump yet. We've gone from 49.6 up to 76.9. 76,928,542. And then we jump ourselves into tier 14, which is the penultimate run. So tier 14, enemies are level 49, a 37% chance of 2 legendaries. And we're getting over 10k drop pod resources for this one. Right, that one's definitely taken the longest by far, but Doc is down for tier 14. Oh, we got legendary. We got Enoch's Blessing. So we jumped from 77 up to 108,673,330. The 108,673,330. Okay, now on to tier 15, the final tier. Okay, we have tier 15, the final run, a 40% legendary chance from the first 2 things out of the drop pod, and 26,400 drop pod resources. Okay, that's the final time you will see Dr. Detonator in this video. How have I missed all them shots? And there we go, 26,000 drop pod resources for that. And we also have a 40% chance for legendaries from the first 2 drops. And we get just the one, but we did get one. I'll take it. What is it? Twisted Mercy. So, we go from 108.6 million up to 142,563,879 damage. I started recording this at 4 AM. It is now 6:45 in the morning. So this has taken away breaks and stuff, about 2.5 hours to record. And a lot of that is opening up the drop pods, actually resetting the table in order to find Boomtown, and then running it like the expedition itself. So what I'm going to quickly do is whack up a calculator and calculate the total damage across all 15 tiers. Remember, this is just Boomtown numbers. This should always be the same. It's obviously going to go up the more players you have, but it should always stay the same for solo. and each expedition will have their own damage values. Alright, so I've totaled the entire lot, so all 15 tiers, and I noticed something. If you look on the screen at tier 15, if you look at the damage dealt, 1, 4, 2, 5, 6, 3, 8, 7, 9, you can actually make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of that. And I don't know, I thought that was incredibly weird. But our total across all 15 tiers was 491,025,559. So I'm going to round it down to 490 million. But that's our total across all 15. And I have actually seen in 3-player groups, I've seen people get around 300 million for one tier 15 run by themselves in a 3-player group. I've seen well over like 500 million in just one tier 15 3-player run. So to have all 15 tiers, total 491 million for a solo player, I don't think that damage number's too high, so it's pretty cool. And that was doing every single run on Boomtown. So just for those of you that are interested, I'm going to quickly reset the table until I get Boomtown because it has its own chances. So, for those of you that are interested, in terms of legendaries, I got a total of 5 in the 15 runs. My very first one was on tier 5, and if you look at tier 5, there is no chance at all for legendary drops. I then got 2 on tier 11, which has a 7.5% chance. I then got 1 on 14, which is a 37% chance, and then 1 on 15, which is a 40% chance. So, that was my little journey of tier 1 to 15 on Boomtown, running every single tier consecutively. And that is going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, as it helps me out and I appreciate it. And let me know all of your thoughts and stuff in the comments. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it.